Hi, welcome to Ken's Games Collection, and what a way to start off the month of May with Square Enix selling off some of their studios and IPs for $300 million to the Swedish Embracer Group. Now, I didn't know much about Embracer, I didn't know who they were, so I had a look online at their portfolio, and I was actually pretty shocked to see what they've been buying up, and it does ask the question with a lot of these groups. We've seen Microsoft doing it, we've seen Sony buying up a lot of these smaller developers and stuff, but Embracer, they own a pretty fair amount of stuff. Amplified Game Investments, Coffee Stain Holding. I did not know they own Dark Horse Media, Deca Games, Gearbox Entertainment, which I think they paid 2 billion Australian dollars for Gearbox. Wow, that's incredible. Cooch Media, Saber Interactive, and of course THQ Nordic. Now I didn't know they owned THQ Nordic, but I know when I think it was back in 2019 there was the acquisition of THQ, and we would see stuff like Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy, which was on the original Xbox, get ported to the Nintendo Switch, and it kind of made sense to make some quick money because they also did The Raven, I think it was, and there was another game that they did as well. But with this announcement, Square Enix pretty much is selling Tomb Raider and other franchises so they can invest their money in NFTs. They say it's cloud-based stuff. They want to go digital. I think a lot of us know that this is all about investing that $300 million in NFTs, which is, yeah, it's crazy. But let's talk about what they own. This is incredible. And the stuff there, I actually forgot what, because this is not only Eidos, this is Crystal Dynamics. And Crystal Dynamics back in the 90s had some great games. So pretty much the Embracer Group owns Gex. They own Legacy of Kain. Please, we've got to see a remake or a remaster or a brand new game of the Legacy of Kain series. They also own Thief, Tomb Raider. What was it? Pandemonium. That was another great game that I really enjoyed. Pandemonium 1 and 2 on the original PlayStation. So, I don't know what this all means for a lot of these old franchises. Could we see them bringing some of these franchises back? Could we even see them taking an Xbox game and putting on the Nintendo Switch? Because bottom line is, until they get everything sorted, I don't know what's going to happen with some of these franchises. We do know that we're getting Tomb Raider, a new Tomb Raider game, so that's pretty much still on the cards. But yeah, let's have a look at this stuff because I got stuff here. Now, if I was Embracer Group, I would take the first Tomb Raider game and port it to the Switch. I just think there's a lot of nostalgia in this game, and I don't think Square Enix, they didn't pay respect to this series in 2021 when it was at its 25th anniversary. They gave us a mobile game which hasn't even made it to the Apple Store here in Australia yet, and some cookbooks and a statue that was so overpriced. And it would have made sense to they should have ported the PC version to the Nintendo Switch for some cash. It would have worked. I would have went out and bought it if they would have done that. Now, I don't know what they're going to do, but I think that's a good choice for Embracer Group to do. Get something out there while there's a lot of work to be done on the next Tomb Raider game with the Unreal Engine 5. Now, they also own Thief. So this was a great series back in the day. It hasn't done nothing for a long time. So I'm hoping that they will reboot this series as well because it was really cool back then. I really enjoyed that one. And what's this one? Dux AX. I think that they really need to do another one of these games. It just seems that this version keeps getting ported to every system over and over again. But the real main one I want to talk about is the Legacy of Kain series, which I got these ones on the PlayStation 2, but I really want to talk about Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. This was an incredible game on the Dreamcast. It was on the PlayStation and also the PC. Now, I would love to see this series come back, but in the meantime, port this to the Nintendo Switch, PS4, all that sort of stuff, because actually, out of all three versions, the Dreamcast version is the best version, has the higher resolution of textures of those three versions. I didn't know that until I watched a video on this game, and to find that there was a lot more to this game, and there was a lot of dialogue in this game that wasn't actually in it. It was cut. There was areas which they had started working on, but they sealed off, which, it was a bigger story than what we thought it was going to be. But I think Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver is something that they should really look at, because this is such a beloved series, and for well over a decade or more, us fans have been begging Crystal Dynamics, even Square Enix, to resurrect the series, to bring us a new entry into the series, or port this one. This was incredible, and it would be so easy to do, just to show a modern audience of what an incredible game this was, and stir up interest, and bring the series back. Bring back Pandemonium. Gex, I don't know if they would still work this in this day and age, but having said that, we've seen other franchises come back out of nowhere. But they own so much for $300 million. If I was Phil Spencer over at Xbox, I'd be saying, man, I would have offered you $1 billion for that. But I don't know, it's crazy times with all these acquisitions going on, and I'm just sitting here just thinking, there's possibilities to do things for the Nintendo Switch or PS4, just to generate some revenues, some hype for what's to come later on. But yeah, it's crazy news, Square Enix, and it just came out of nowhere on a Sunday night here in Australia, when it was late last night, and I was going to do a video on it, but I was too tired, and I had to work early the next morning, so I'm doing this now. But there's a lot of YouTubers talking about the acquisition, but I just wanted to talk about some of the games that I would love to see, because $300 million for Tomb Raider. That is just incredible. It's a steal. It's a bargain. It's just ridiculous. But hats off to Embracer Group. It's an amazing acquisition, and I really hope Square Enix fall flat on their ass, spending all this money that they're getting on NFTs and the cloud. The cloud is very important to them for some reason. But big win for Embracer Studio. What do you think? What do you think about this acquisition? Where does this all end? They own so many studios now. It's just crazy. But we live and dream. Those of us who know the Legacy of Kain series, Soul Reaver, can testify that this game is well overdue for a new series, a new reboot, remake, really remaster this thing. Just remaster this thing, get it out there, so a lot of modern gamers can experience one of the best games from back in the early 2000s. So interesting times to see how this all goes. But I just hope we see some of this stuff brought back. So until next time, guys, bye.